Hi everyone, this tutorial is going to show you how to log into Blackboard on a Windows 7 machine and set up your web folder. First thing to do is open the Internet Explorer and type in bb.asij.ac.jp. That's all you need to sign in. Press enter and then you should come to this screen here. So when you're here, we need to log into Blackboard. Hopefully you've tried this already. So it will just be your first initial last name, same as your email, and the password will be ASIJ. Once you've done that, you can log in. Once we're logged in, you should be looking for a little box that will be either at the bottom of the screen or on the right. You'll have to scroll around, but it should say Content Collection, My Content, and this is it right here. And once we've got this, we can start to set up our web folder. But some of you at this point, if you just stop and look around, you might not have it. Don't panic. This is where it is. You're going to have to add that module. So just look where my mouse is going. We're going to come up here and click on Add Module. Once we click on that, we can come down and then find Content Collection, My Content. It's right here. As I've got that module already, the only choice I have is to remove it. But of course, you'll have to add it. It will look like one of these little add buttons. Once you've clicked add, it should then be on your page. So to get back to your page, we're going to click onto the ASIJ tab at the top. Great. And as I say, I'll just look around for it. It'll be on the screen somewhere. What we want to do is go to Set Up Web Folder. When we go here, it's going to basically give you the list of instructions, which I'm going to demonstrate right now. First thing to do, though, before we do anything else, is press Control and C on the keyboard. And actually, what that's going to do is copy this very important address right here. So I just did Control and C. Okay, now we're going to follow these instructions, but I'm just going to perform them right now. So it says Open Start and Computer. So here's Computer on the right hand menu. I'll open that up and I'm going to right click in this white area. And once I've right clicked in this white area, I can then add a network location. And it's coming up with a wizard, which is lovely because it will help us. The next thing to do is next. And it says, where do we want to create this? Well, we don't have a choice. It's just going to be this option here. So we'll click on this option and then click next. Okay, then you remembered we copied an address. Well, this is where we paste it, which is Control and V. At least that's how I do it. You might like to do it with your mouse, but Control and V to paste it. We've got one problem that we just found out, and that's we've got to add a little S at the end of this HTTP. Okay, a little bit of a nuisance, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to add in the S there. Basically, if you don't do it, it's not going to work. So very important. Then I can click next. This will now connect me to the Blackboard, but it wants to know that I am who I am. So we'll just go in through this process again of typing in the password and the username. So exactly the same as we did for the internet. What's important though, so that this connects every time we open up our computer, is that we remember the credentials. So you're going to need to click that on. Otherwise, you're going to have to do this every time you log in. Once you do this, it should just come straight up. This isn't my computer, so ignore the fact that I'm switching that off. Click OK. OK, and we should be good. Well, do we want a name for this? Yes, I think it's a good idea to keep it as this web name because it reminds us that this is a folder that's on the web and it's therefore our web folder. But of course you can name it anything you like My Online, stuff, whatever. But I'm going to keep it at that for now. Then I'll click next. I'm finished. It's going to open automatically when I finish, but I'll also show you how to open it if you don't have this little box and helper there. Alright, so look, I'm actually in my folder right now. You can see it right here. This is how I know where I am. Okay, I'm in the Blackboard folder. It looks like any other folder, and just like any other folder, we can drag stuff in and out of it. I'll demonstrate that in a minute, but first I want to just show you how to find this folder from scratch. So I'm going to close down this box, and I'm just going to close down other things that I have open here. I can even close out of my Blackboard at this point. I really don't need it anymore. I do suggest, though, if possible, you log out of this folder. Just notice the log out. It's always good practice. Log out, and you're back to there. Okay, so let's say we now wanted to find that folder again. Well, the best thing to do is this. Okay, so yeah, we're going to click on the start button and we're going to go back to that computer again. That will then show us under our network location the BB ASIJ folder. So I do 2 clicks and I'm into it. Again, it's just going to act like a regular folder, whether it was a desktop or anywhere else. So that's how you find it. Now, what about copying files from another location? Well, there's a bunch of ways of doing this, and I'll just show you the way that I do it generally. Let's say I had stuff on my in my documents that I wish to open. I could just click on the documents, and let's say I wanted to copy all these documents. Then I could select them all. Again, just basic file management. At this point, I'm going to draw a selection box over these and select all the ones that I want. Of course, if I wanted to, I could just choose a folder. So let me just demonstrate this with a few documents. I'm going to right click and copy them. I'm not going to cut them. I want to leave them on this computer just for a backup. It doesn't harm. So I'm going to just copy these. Once I've copied them, then all I need to do is go back, and if you look on the left hand side, you'll see your folder, BB. Click on that, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste them in. That would be exactly the same operation for a folder. My security thing is coming up again, so I'll just fill out these. And remember, my security popped up because I told it not to remember my password, so you can see why it is important to do that. So here we are. I've got my documents all in my web drive. Again, this shows you and tells you where you are. This is the address. So we've copied files and we've pasted them over. That's one thing, but how do we actually open these folders or files from an application? So I'm going to open up Microsoft Word and show you then how to access and save to this web folder. I finished with this one for now though, so I'm just going to exit out. Okay, then we'll start Word. And Word is now open. So if I wanted to open a folder from that location, I'd click on I'm sorry, that was saving. If I wanted to open, I would come here and choose the open icon. Then from here, I will go down to, guess where? It'll be on my computer, my BBASIJ folder. So it just looks and acts like anything else. Okay, I can double click it. I can make modifications to this document, just click save as normal, and it will save back to that place. So a really handy way of doing stuff. And then, of course, what we'll want to do is create a document like this, for example, my test document, and save it in the web location. So to save it, I'll go up to the save icon, and then I will go to the computer list, which is here. If you see computer on the left again, it's the same thing as always. Right down to bb.asij, and then I just click save, and that will be saved in that location. So this is always going to be here now whenever I log in. It's just attached to my computer. And you can actually start using that drive for real, so that as you create stuff over the last few months of school, it's going to actually be in there. It's a really good thing to work on getting your files, professional files, over to this system, so that when we're back in the first few weeks of school, there's not one extra job on top of 100 others. So just doing it little bit by little bit will help ease that transition. Please don't just dump stuff from one big folder into that drive. It's best to go bit by bit and do some house cleaning. The next session that we're going to move on to is one that will talk about team documents. Right now, we're just worried about your documents. And so if you want to go on with that, good luck. And I hope it works out for you.